welcome, guys, everybody. This is the deck. So, this is the deck that I'm running with this Toxicroak. Toxicroak. I've been wanting him for a while, and this is. Some people may look at this and be like, what is so special about this deck? What is this deck gonna do? If you're one of those people, let me know down below. And if you feel any different by the end of the video, I'd like to know what you guys think. And anyone else's thoughts as well. But I want to go jump into a game before I get into the deck. I know I'm kind of the opposite to Fodder. Fodder likes to explain the deck he's using and then do a video on it. I'm rather the opposite. I like to get into a match, show what it can do, and then go back and explain the deck, because I find nothing against Fodder. I love Fodder's videos. I love everything about it. I'm not trying to say anything bad. I'm just saying my preference on the way I like to do things is what I'm trying to get at here. I like to show what something can do, and then go through, explain what's in the deck, why it's in there, and then also look at changes and things like that. And you would have noticed, for those of you guys being here for a while, you guys notice that's often how I do things. When I do explain decks, or I just explain it as I'm playing. That's something what I like, but I would like to hear from you guys. What do you guys like? Do you guys like how Fodder goes? I mean, I enjoy how Fodder goes through, and I love that he likes to go through and explaining why he's gotten things in his decks and why he's got what he's got in there for. He goes through every little bit to explain it, and I think that's good. But I'd like to know what you guys think. What do you guys like? I like to hear different people's. I thought the name was something about Nikita. I was like, he's not even running one. Never mind. Nana CD. So, Nana CN. Not quite what I thought it was. So I am going to... I am going to lead out with my Batty McBats. And let's have a quick look. XP, double chance, switch. Terra is Akian. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to go drop my Mimikyu here. Jump over next turn. If he does not come down on attack, he may come down on attack, and if he does, I want to move up the side. No, okay. So I'm just going to put that in between Terrakian and my Crobat. That will hopefully protect my Crobat for a little bit. And I could threaten the game there, but it's not going to do me any good. So what I do want to do is I need to start advancing on that chicken. So I want to get my Sableye right up there. Ooh, fascinating. So I'm going to get my Croak out, and Croak is in here. He's got mainly White Wheel. He can do the potential 140, and he can also poison. He's got a few different roles he plays. So what does he have? He does have a hurdle jump. So I am just going to drop a Virizion in front, and then next turn I've got to start kicking a few things off. So depending on what my opponent wants to do, Virizion. So he wants to come down and go for a bit of a surrounds. And do I want to allow that? Is the question. Ooh, he has got me in an interesting position. So, what I'm going to do, if he comes in for a surround, he can take my Croak, but I am going to take I can potentially take his Noibat with a Mega Gengar if I want to. So, I'm just going to play the who can threaten what game. X-Speed. Ooh. Here we go. Gold. Give me gold. Give me gold. Me gold, not him. Yes. Yes. Love it. So I am just going to go move straight on up. And I was thinking about coming down here so I can potentially set up a surround. He's got switch and hurdle jump. So, max revive. What? That is crazy for me. I think that is just nuts. Like, hopefully I get purple or gold here. I'll take that. I will definitely take that. And I am going to just move my Crobat over one and see if he wants to use his hurdle jump. Let us see. I'm not sure if he will or not. What does he want to do? Okay, he wants to attack again. And this is just crazy now. There's no need to continue attack. The only way he's winning is if I get miss into his white. And that is crazy. So next turn I am going to start activating my spheres. And he's just going to keep on going. Just keep on going. So, this is giving me time to do a bit more of a setup. So, I am going to activate my Mighty Sphere first. I'm putting it on Croak, Mr. Croakity McCroaks. And I just want to see what my opponent does. And see if he's going to keep attacking away with that combustion. It's not a great idea if he does. I think if I had two, unless I had specific strategies to use combustion, I would use one straight blaze and then one combustion. Because often you don't need a 4-star. You don't need a 140. Blaze is good enough on its own. But there are certain times that you do want a 4-star if you're coming up against other 3-stars like Sableye and things like that. So there are times it can be good, but if you've got two of them, I definitely, like, he'll be way far better off now if he had another blaze. That's my personal thoughts. So I want to get up into a very good position here. What does he have? He's no gold blocks. No gold blocks for him. So I can potentially go Mega Gengar over there, make him burn his hurdle jump. But I don't think that... Okay, he sees it. That's alright. So, next of all, what do I want to do? I want to get myself into a very good position. So, the position that I want to get it in is... What is the position I want to get in? I am going to move back my Sableye 1. Move up my Mimikyu 1. I want to set up a potential surround here with Sableye. And eventually, if I can roll my gold, then I can potentially knock him out again. But for now, I don't really have to worry about it. So, if he wants to hurdle jump, I'm just moving things around slowly, making it so he can't just hurdle jump and go come at me. But I want to get all my Pokemons in a position where, if and when I want to, I can do it. So, I want to pull Croak back a little bit. Now I'm just going to... This is all just about positioning for me now. Because this deck is all about... I need to get my Ghost in the right position. And I need to get... Come on, give me a purple. Give me my purple. Not his purple. His purple was not the purple I was wanting. If you guys couldn't tell. And there we go. So, what I am going to do is, I am going to drop my Croak right here. And 1, 2, 3. I'm just trying to figure out what my best positioning is. If I had got my swap spot, my positioning switchy. If I got my positioning switchies in that last turn, we would be in a whole nother story right about now. So, what I do want to do is I want to start capturing some of his mons. I want to just knock a couple out, and then I want to start capturing some. So he's just going to keep banging away. at my... And there was the miss he was looking for. So, before I miss again, I am just going to jump up with my Mimikyu. And I'm not going to attack Terrakion. If he comes at me with that combustion, I probably will Mega Gengar. And as long as he doesn't hit his purple, I'll Mega Gengar and surround him. So, depending on what he does, is going to depend on what I do. So, give me purple or give him blue. Or he can just get knocked out. I would have rather actually me get purple. And then I can go for like a surrounds. That's what I definitely would have preferred. What has he got now? He's got no... I'm just going to step in over here. Threaten his goal. Make it so he's got a cover goal. Move Virizion to cover. Do something to cover. And then I can take his entry easy. Gets my Mimikyu off the corner that makes me so I don't have to walk my Sableye all the way back and around. And now I've got pressure on his other entry. That's what I'm looking for. So he's going for the old switcheroonies. Ooh, fascinating. So what I want to do, I cannot move my Virizion over Crobat, and that is a problem for me. So to deal with that problem, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to step back one. You want to get Virizion up over there. And double chance, going for that purple. That's fine. That is fine with me. If he gets white again, white or miss. That happens. So, what I am going to do now, I'm just going to pressure on up with Virizion. Can potentially go for the double chance at the goal if and when I feel necessary to do that. Although if he gets his Hurricane, although his Hurricane is small, he's increased his 120. Ooh, there we go. Man, Noibat really needs Carmelite, doesn't he? Has he just not reset? I don't think he's reset his Noivern. No, I don't think he's reset it at all. So ever since his buff, he hasn't put the extra points in. Nada! None of them. So... I'll take that gold threaten, and I'll just move over here. In my turn, make it so... If he hurdle jumps, I can still surround him and take him. If he stays there, I want to surround him and take him, unless he knocks out Gengar. No, but he's not even going to look to do that. So, because of that, I am just going to move on up here. I can now Mega Gengar, get a surround on Virizion, and then I was going to move all my mons up, push everything up. If he doesn't get gold right now, if he does not get gold, I got gold. So let's just take this in my turn, and see now people always, and he rage quits. Or maybe I should have gone for the double chance just so I don't have to wait. But look at this guy just hasn't reset any of his mons, and that is part of his problem. But he's got less than 50% chance of hitting a gold versus onto me, and then if I roll my 70, like I was knocking everything off his out unless he spun over 4 times. So looks like I'm going to take the timeout win. That next turn, it's because I didn't attack and go for that Typhoon Slash on goal. The reason why I didn't, if I got his 3-star purple, that would have been trouble for me. But I was going to Mega Gengar next turn and go pew and surround him both. And if that wasn't going to happen, if that didn't work out the way, if he moved Virizion over one, then I was just going to pick away at him, move Gengar over, attack Virizion, things like that. But This is the deck that I'm thinking of. This is the deck that I've made. I tested it. I asked a couple of people in X to do a couple of quick tests with me, and I asked them to bring some good meta decks for League, like typical things. So I got to test it against a Rush, and I got to test it against a grass deck. Top X players, and it lasted pretty well. It did pretty well, and even that performance there was quite alright. Croak though. Croak is the one I'm undecided on at the moment. So the way the deck goes is right here. Mimikyu level 10, maxed on Curse. I did that long ago when I first got him. I was like, yeah, and then I haven't used him for a long time. So he's got a big curse, over nearly a third, not quite a third, so every 1 in 3 rolls, and because of his ability of not being able to get knocked out easy, this is the reason why I've chosen him for the curse, and I've chosen him for his ability of not being able to get knocked out straight away, and I've chosen to use the Phantom Sphere. I thought Phantom decks had like just gone down the toilet with Ultra Beasts, because with the Nihilego, with Xurkitree, and Xurkitree's used in electric decks as well. With them around, they just crush anyone that wants to use energy plates, and that is like so. It just kills a whole bunch of decks, and that's sad. I find that very sad. And so with that, I went away from my typical poison and other kind of decks that I was running. But with Mimikyu, with the Phantom Sphere, he's actually, like, the reason why I didn't like Phantom Sphere with things like that, I've seen people use it on the Lunala and a few other things, but you really need your Lunala chain level 10, and it not to go up against a status deck. Or, I don't know, so like super buff deck, things like that, and for it to even survive. So you got a reliable survivor out in the field to use the Phantom Sphere. Mimikyu, that's what Mimikyu's for. So I want him to be able to withhold at least two hits, and maybe get a curse on something while I'm doing it. And then I've got my poisoners, Crobats, Toxicroak, and they're there to poison things, and so I can step over them with Gengar. And Sableye is there just for the extra statuses, mixing up the statuses like you just saw, and he's a good matchup for certain mons. Now, I've got the Mighty Sphere in here, and that is for Toxicroak. I use them, like on that last match I just played, I used the Sphere on Toxicroak, and that's because he's actually a kind of frightening mon to attack into. One of those like little bit of unreliable ones. I have currently put my levels into his Acid Breath, and I know a lot of people, I know KW used to run him and put it in the cross drop. Took him to level 10, I believe, and then I saw Care Bear on Fodder's Discord just the other day, took his one to level 10 on that cross drop as well, just for that 140, or it's crazy, because if it spins twice, it gets plus 50 damage. Amazing. But I want him for his Acid Breath. He can poison things, and then also just gets rid of Metal Coat, which is kind of irrelevant now. But I think it would be cool if it like got rid of other attached plates, so like it would work on Metal Coat and things like Metal Coat or spheres or things like that. I think that would be cool. If anyone is working on a buff for Toxicroak, I think that would actually make it worthwhile, and Acid Breath would be a cool ability then. So Poison Jab is just a kind of cool, unique poison. So he can poison things if he gets knocked out, and then if the battle type is a fairy, so much more fairies being used at the moment besides Magena, because if it's not a steel type. So if it's a fairy that's not a steel type, and Mawile, but no one's running there. Maybe until when his Mega comes along. But anyway, going back to what I was saying about them, is you get to knock things out. So if Coco comes and rushes attacks this, and I roll that 70, Coco's going. And that's cool. I quite like that, and I can potentially get the 140. That is nice. So it's not so easy just to come up and attack into him, and potentially like Finny is a monster to get rid of. this is a way that I can potentially get rid of it easier. That's what I was thinking, just things like that, and Bolu getting used more, the grass meta on the rise. So that's what he's there for, and he's got an interesting ability that if a water Pokemon attacks this, he's not knocked out. There's not many just straight water mons, a lot of like dual type waters being used, but not just solely waters. The only ones I can think of are Toad and Suicune, and they'll be the only like really straight water types really being used. Finny's water fairy, Gyarados water flying. Not that many straight water types in a lot of decks, so it's got a niche ability. It may be able to catch a few people off with this. And then, my game has been doing this so much lately. I've got Virizion. Virizian's in there just to help with a bit of maneuverability. I don't know. I want the maneuverability and to be able to use that Mighty Sphere. You guys know I've been loving my Mighty Sphere decks, and Virizion just seems to be a good key part of it. And so Virizion's just in there to help hop around, get some cool surrounds, and that's what he's there for. And so the ghosts are there to help get some surrounds. Same with Crobat, he gets some sneaky surrounds with its shuttle flip. And that's what this is all about. So it's about having a multi-dimensional aspect to this deck. So I'm just going to give you quick glimpses in between while I'm clicking this. Got the ghost to move over things, Crobat to help move around, and take the poison in the things just to stop the high damage meta is what this is also about. So high status, reducing damage, and also giving my own strategies, and that's what this deck is about. So it's been working good for me so far. That's the first time I've taken it into League. If you guys want, let me know. I can show you some of the tests I did with some of my X-Clan friends. And this is one of the great things, like I've mentioned before. People ask what's so good about clans. Clans don't really do anything, to be fair. They're just groups on Discord, and we just bear the letter X in front of ours just to show that we're in the X clan. But to be fair, we're just players, and it's just what that is, just like the N clan and the X clan. They're just different groups of players. I would say N clan would want to be the best players, same as X clan. The best, some of the best players that are around, that are ranking well, playing well, and we want to have a whole bunch of brains together that we can toss ideas off, make decks, and I can put a deck together like this, and I can test it, and I can say, what would you guys change, what do you guys think of this, and just get some ideas, and just get a good feeling. I can take it in against some of the top 10 players, and I can test it against them and see how they would react to it. And it worked well, and that's what I'm showing to you guys. But I've got to go reset my game, so there won't be any more on this episode. But if you guys want to see some of the tests I did against some real good players, how it stands up to Rush and Grass decks. I haven't tested against Ultra Beast. I still need to do that. If someone wants to do an Ultra Beast test with me, let me know down below. But I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. And this deck, you'll probably get a few more videos of this deck in the days to come. So I've gone on for long enough. Quick last little look at the deck. Ooh, Toxicroak. I like to use them. So this is going to be it. I'm going to restart my app and probably try and do a few other things. So thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully you guys liked it. Love to hear what you guys think, as always, and we'll see you next time.